We interrupt this program to bring you... Hello, siblings. And I realize this is a big change, but like I said yesterday, it's going to be a different kind of day. It'll be a different kind of week now that I'm going to be doing videos every day. Except Sunday, because, well, you know, Sunday's off. Not a bad thing to have. Today is News Day, where I bring you news that I think is interesting and perhaps might give you a different view of the world. Our first news story is entitled, Saudi Preacher Sentenced to 8 years and 600 lashes for killing his 5-year-old daughter. A self-styled Islamic preacher accused of beating and torturing his 5-year-old daughter to death was sentenced Monday to 8 years in prison and 600 lashes, and was ordered to pay blood money to the girl's mother, and according to an official government-backed human rights body. A Saudi court in the town of Hawata found Fayan al-Ghamadi guilty on Monday. Mohammed al-Mahdi of Saudi Arabian Human Rights Commission told CNN. The girl's mother said that the original request was to sentence the father to death, explained al-Mahdi, citing a lawyer for his group who was in the courtroom, since she has asked the father to pay blood money instead, which is her right in the Saudi legal system. CNN was unable to reach Saudi Arabia's Justice Ministry for comment. Al-Ghamadi's daughter, Lama, was admitted to King Saud Hospital in Riyadh in March 2012 after suffering extensive injuries, including broken ribs, a crushed skull, bruising, and burns. Family activists, and other officials say she died of her wounds in October, late last year. And he's just now being sentenced? Dang. It's been a full year since her death. Even our system didn't work that slow. This case has caused an international outrage once it made headlines in February, which means this news story is very, very old and I'm behind the times. My dear child is dead, and all I want now is justice, so I can close my eyes and know she didn't die in vain, said the mother, Sadia Mohammed Ali, told CNN in February. She was brutally tortured in the most shocking ways. Ali, who was divorced from al-Ghamadi, said Lama's torture occurred while she was staying with her father. She added that al-Ghamadi is now remarried with 2 more children. Activists say al-Ghamadi is an Islamist evangelist, popular in Saudi Arabia for his televised appearances and for speaking on air about the rewards of repenting to God. But they say he only fancies himself a cleric and not recognized by the clerical establishment. He's a fake preacher? We don't know anything about that. In a conservative country where the death penalty is common, Saudi Arabia's social media users were quick to express disgust at the news. What kind of verdict is this? This is not justice. Some pointed out what they called a travesty. The killing Lama garnered al-Ghamadi a punishment similar to those received by Saudi activist Raif Badawi, who was recently sentenced to 7 years in jail and 600 lashes. But Wadi was convicted of violating the nation's anti-cybercrime law by running an unauthorized web forum. He made a place for people to talk. That is kind of a travesty. Other Saudi Twitter users expressed anger by comparing al-Ghamadi's verdict to another recent case, which was reported in 4 Saudi men accused of dancing naked on the roof of a car and posting the video of the incident online, were sentenced to as many as 2,000 lashes and 10 years in prison, as well as being fined thousands and thousands of dollars. Someone who kills his own daughter gets 8 years, but someone who pulls on their pants gets 10? This is a problem, and we thought our country would. Attempts to reach al-Ghamadi and his lawyer via activists and government officials have been unsuccessful. Several activists and numerous local media reported that Lama was also raped, but her mother denied that happened. Ali said that Lama's father was concerned about the virginity of her 5-year-old daughter. The father confessed to the abuse, the beating, and the torturing in the most obnoxious manners. What? And this guy only got 8 years? Bring him over here. We'll kill him. These are not some unfounded accusations, but everything is based on the medical examination of the hospital and the team of physicians who treated Lama when she was first admitted. Mother said. Next, something a little more lighthearted. Not that much, but enough. This story is boy who sneaked onto an airline flight called a challenging child. CNN reports a 9-year-old Minnesota kid who slipped through security and hopped a flight to Las Vegas is no stranger to child protection investigations, who says he has a history of sneaking into a water park and was recently arrested after allegedly stealing a car, according to an email obtained by the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. It turns out the mother works at the airport where he began his journey. It also reported that Janine Moore, area director of the Hennepin County Human Services and Public Health Department, wrote an email to agency administrators and the county board members of the boy's pattern of behavior, which included hanging out in Bloomington, Minnesota water park, and blending in with a large family to slip in without paying. She describes him as a challenging child, according to Star Tribune. Challenging? What the kid needs is a good beating. Give him a few good swacks, he'll learn. Kids are smart. The newspaper reported that Moore said the boy's mother works at the airport, and that there's also an investigation as to whether or not she aided him to the flying to Las Vegas. Well, there's half your problem. Mom's not helping. Mom's not there. The newspaper did not report who was conducting such an investigation. Authorities have been trying to figure out how the child was able to slip past security and the airline gate agents and board Delta Flight 1651 without detection. The boy went through security with other passengers, and the Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, in a statement Sunday, said TSA in a statement Sunday. But officials are still trying to figure out how he did it, and then how he got on the flight Thursday. Delta is reviewing the video to determine how the boy hopped the flight. Patrick Hogan, a spokesman for the airport, said the crew became suspicious of the child's circumstances during, not before, during the flight. Crew members got in touch with authorities in Las Vegas and turned the boy over to CPS, said Hogan in a statement. The boy's status is to be discussed in a Las Vegas court Tuesday, the spokesman for Minnesota's Hennepin County said. He remained there pending a decision as to what to do with him. The agency did not immediately return a CNN telephone message Tuesday seeking comment from the Star Tribune. According to the Star Tribune, Moore said child protective workers have investigated this boy's family's life 4 times. I would call that challenging. But, again, children don't break rules. Parents don't teach rules. Kids, most of the time, don't know. The reports have been inconsistent, and there has been no injuries to the child, thankfully. However, there is a pattern of behavior. The newspaper quoted her as saying in the email. The newspaper also wrote that the boy was arrested 2 weeks ago after allegedly stealing a car. The email did not indicate whether the boy was the driver or the passenger. Oh, Lord. It's a he said, she said, he said. The newspaper, quoting Moore, who was quoting the boy, said that his mother had held a knife to his throat and that she was stabbed and died. So, Mom holds a knife to the boy's throat, and that the mother was stabbed and died. Sounds like massive grammatical errors to me. Just nicks off that last part. Typically, staff can tell if a child is lying, but with this child, they're not sure. More grammatical errors, and I think the boy could be a psychopath. Just saying. And finally, just for some comedy, if we haven't had enough already. A man padlocks his lover's blue jeans. Really? Homemade chastity belt. I'll have a link to the video so you can see the whole thing. Well, that's about all for today, folks. The videos from now on should still be up every day. but they're going to be in different locations for a little while. And once things settle down, I'll be able to return to my studio. I love you all. Please be in peace. Be blessed. And remember, keep looking up.